I'm here with Jason Round, Head of Financial Planning Support at RBC. Jason, thanks so much for being here.
Thank you very much.
So RBC recently released a survey called Young and RRSP-less No More. And it said about 43% of Canadians between the ages of 18 and 34 now hold RRSPs, which is amazing. Were you surprised by this?
We were a little bit surprised, positively though. Last year we did see a decline, and people 18 to 34 had, it seemed, started to think less about saving in RSPs. So nice to see that we're back to where we were, and in fact we're back up around levels that we were about 10 years ago. So it seems like a positive trend. People are maybe feeling a little bit more comfortable, striking a little bit more of a balance in their savings and starting to think more about the future.
And what do you think caused this upward trend?
Well, I'm sure that economic uncertainty has something to do with it. The reality is we've gone through some rather trying economic times over the last few years, and 18 to 34-year-olds have suffered along with everyone else in terms of joblessness and such. So as we see conditions starting to turn around, market improvement a little bit, then I think people feel more comfortable, and again, they can start to think more about what the future is going to look like rather than focus on day-to-day.
And what are their priorities when they're saving with their RRSP? What are their goals?
Yeah, the number one goal that they've identified, not specific to RSPs necessarily, is about home ownership, which completely understandable. 18 to 34, it tends to be something you think about. And in fact, there's a lot of things in that sort of age group where you've got major purchases that are coming up. Maybe you're starting a family, you're probably starting a career for the first time. And so home ownership is definitely something that fits in with that. So it's interesting because there's an opportunity there, right? I think a lot of people think about RSPs. One of the letters that's in there is retirement, R for retirement. And so sometimes there's an instinctive bias to think about retirement when you think about RSPs. And in fact, there's an opportunity with home ownership to use your RSPs as a source of down payment. Personal story, actually. When I was 16 years old, my parents got some great financial planning advice, and they said to me, as soon as you get your first job, you march into the bank and start up your RSP contribution. So I did that. 16 years old, got my first job, started $25 a month saving into an RSP. Less than 10 years later, took that money out of the RSP onto the RSP home buyer's plan and was able to use it towards a home down payment on my first house. So great opportunity, and I think it's something that more and more people should be able to take advantage of.
That's fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
So even if you're not maxing out your RSP, you can still make even a minor contribution of $25 a month?
Doing something, right? It's getting yourself started, getting that discipline of savings is really critical, and trying to do it as early as possible because it will have that positive payback down the road. $25 a month, $50 every 2 weeks, whatever it might be, whatever you can do. Just start it, and start it early, and don't think of it as too little because it'll grow to something larger down the road.
That's great. Thank you so much, Jason.
Thank you very much.